Y'all ready to blaze away or what?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to make a little bit of a prediction about this guy right here, Zubair. This person won the LCQ, as you can see in my tweet. They were playing a couple of characters while doing so. Dragunov, Paul Phoenix, and this person secured their spot at the last moment. And to my understanding, this person secured their spot through like a Pakistani dojo type of thing. And this brought up the conversation of, you guys remember way back at Tekken 7 when Arslan said that he's not the best player in Pakistan. There's more people who's better than him. And for a long time, we never got an answer to that question because all of his friends and everyone who showed up from Pakistan, Arslan is still able to beat. But now we see this guy come from out of nowhere through the Pakistani, destroying everyone this whole tournament. Like if you take a look at this bracket, groups 1, where is he? Zubair 3-1 against Ulsan. He lost to Keisuke? Oh yeah, he did lose to Keisuke. Keisuke got the better of him, but that was the only loss he sustained. He destroyed Al, then qualified, and then now if we flip over to his competitor we're going to be talking about in this video, Arslan Ash. Arslan 3-1 CBM, 3-0 Manja, and he was untouched. Flawless victory so far, right? But then when you skip over to day 2, and then you see Arslan 3-1 Yagami, so he was basically doing the same thing. His unstoppable rampage was continuing. And then you see Zubair beats the John. The John is deadly. And what was it? The Tekken World Tour Finals LCQ that the John went through flawlessly and beat everyone. He was a contender to win this, but Zubair beat him. But then now, here's the match that a lot of people were waiting to see. Arslan versus Zubair. Now, I want to show you guys this. First, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. Notifications is very important. If you could turn it on, it'll help me out a lot. Before Arslan, Zubair was playing, Low High put on an incredible performance and made a crazy comeback against Usama. He popped off so hard that he threw his, look at this. He popped off so hard, he threw his controller, boom, hit the screen right there. Yeah, so they had to replace the monitor. That monitor is broken. So the tournament was delayed a little bit because of a technical difficulty. They had to replace the monitor. But after doing so, then we see the match that everyone was waiting for, Arslan versus Zubair. Now, I just want to commentate a little bit over this commentary. I'll turn them down just a little bit. But yeah, so Arslan obviously is like the best Tekken player currently, right? If you want to talk about overall throughout the entirety of the history, of course you would start talking about Ni and Kudans and so many legends of the past who we don't even, like, we don't remember their names anymore, right? Lost to history type. But, you know, current Tekken 7, Tekken 8, the king is Arslan. He dominate, he's going to continue to dominate. But this is the interesting thing is that Tekken, there's a lot of people out there who are just like cracking through, breaking through the surface, and Zubair is one of those guys. I mean, seeing him play at the EWC, because this is the first time I really see him. This is the first time anybody's really seen him. He's been just trapped in Pakistan, but securing that victory in that, I think it was like a dojo or a challenger. It's some word for it. Someone in the comment section could say it. But basically, he secured his spot there, and I guaranteed him a place here, and he's making the most of it. Showing up in the LCQ, winning that, and then now look at what he's doing against Arslan. Now, on the topic of Arslan, a lot of people were confused as to why he pulled out the Kunimitsu. Now, obviously, his Kunimitsu has done damage. We've seen him play that tournament before EVO, and we've seen him use the character at EVO, and a couple of times here, right? Arslan has a lot of pocket characters, and he pulls them out whenever he feels it's necessary. But it's weird because at this tournament specifically, he's been doing work with Nina, and why would you switch, right? Kunimitsu is a strong character. I know people are arguing whether or not she's top 5, but usually when a character's like top 5 or even top 1, a lot of people are saying, you see like clear evidence of that. And maybe this is just how broken all the characters are in Tekken 8 to where she's not poking through like that, but it's a kind of a head scratcher. You know, Nina has been top tier since the game came out, and then Arslan switches in a very important match. Now, the question is, did he switch to counter Zubair? Is Arslan aware of who this guy is, and is this why he's kind of stressed? Because, I mean, if you look at Arslan's face, he's a little stressed. He's a little, like, obviously there's big money on the line. I made a video previously where I talked about, you know, the winnings of this tournament, and if you convert that to Pakistani rupee, it's enough to buy, like, so much, right? So there's so much on the line for all of these players, especially the Pakistanis. So Maybe that's why Arslan's like looking super stressed. I know Ulsan and Lohai and a lot of these guys are showing incredible emotions, right? But Zubair, calm, collected, not even flinching. This guy's on the world stage and he's just packing up Arslan. This match was so fast, bro, and barely had a chance to analyze it, right? I feel like I'm still doing the introduction, but he's smoked Arslan easily. Now, at this point, people were like, why don't Arslan switch? Switch back to Nina. You've been doing work with that character the whole entire time. Why are you on the Nina? I don't think Arslan will ever reveal, because I think that would reveal too much about like his play style and what he's looking for in the competitors. But the fact that he switched to Kunimitsu specifically against Zubair, it's something metagaming going on there, right? Something metagame going on there. So this is the second game. They're going to a first to three, right? Now I want to look a little bit more at the gameplay, because Zubair is just highlighting like a type of Tekken that we have not seen. Like, look at the sidestep there. He is sidestepping everything. If you notice, it's just sidesteps like he's outplaying. Look at the jab into the cancel. Look at the block. He's prepared for everything, bro. I wonder if there's so much top tier talent like this in Pakistan, and what will it take for us to, see that, you know? Going back to what I said at the beginning about what Arslan said all those years ago about there's being more players out there, I wonder, like, who is the best in Pakistan? Who's the real top dog? You know, this is like an outclass, a master. Look at the sidestep, immediate sidestep. It's crazy how the whole country of Pakistan could be so good. The whole country, everyone. Everybody and their mamas out there Korean backdashing. So Arslan is trying to adjust a little bit. And the thing about Kunimitsu as well is that Kunimitsu, her playstyle is kind of like, she's good, she's effective, but one of her weaknesses is that she struggled to make a comeback. Her combo damage is a little bit lower than most characters. It's not super low, but it's low enough to just comment on, right? So when she gets low health and she's trying to make a comeback, it's not really likely. But with a character like Dragunov, who has, pretty normal damage, and, he could output some crazy damage in instance, comeback like these are definitely possible. What they call it, magic pixel. So yeah, that's one thing about Kunimitsu, is that her poking and her pressure is really good. But if she gets low life, she's going to have to do a lot to get that comeback, where most characters won't. I love that delay hit stream from Kunimitsu. Arslan doesn't put a true delay on it. Punish that. Yeah, boom. He was waiting for it. That was a counter hit too. So Arslan tried to do something after. Maybe the wild standing 4. So this is a big counter hit. Look at the damage. This is what I'm talking about. 53 damage. 70 damage. Characters could do that without resources. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. Look at this. Oh, he dropped the combo. All right. Dropped the Dragunov combo. But you see what I mean there, right? Arslan used heat at the wall, 70 damage. I know June, because I'm going to be putting up like 90. Easy. But this is, once again, Zubair walking away with the victory. So this is 2-0 now. 2-0. People were expecting him to win the whole entire thing, because, like, I mean, if he doesn't run into Keisuke again, or if some anomaly doesn't appear in this tournament, I mean, he's looking like the guy who's going to win it. And this is bringing up the question of, is this the best player on the planet, right? Or will we see like a type of adaptation where, Arslan gets more experience with this guy, people start to look at his gameplay, and then, Arslan can prevail? Because this is kind of, if you think about it, this is kind of what Arslan did to everyone else. Arslan showed up in Tekken 7, surprised everyone with his skills, and then people started to download him, understand him, and for a brief moment it got very, very competitive. But now we see currently where we're at, Arslan is starting to pull ahead again. So will this kind of be like an adaptation between these two? Because this guy made enough money so he could travel around now, right? He's still gonna have to deal with like visas and whatnot. We know that's a big hurdle for Pakistani players, but with this showcasing right now, and with how much money EWC is giving, he's able to move around and travel. And we're definitely going to see more of him, right? And if he wins this, if anyone wins this, they're automatically guaranteed for the Tekken World Tour Finals, right? So if this guy can go further and further and further and win more and more and more, we'll see him more. And I wonder, with that being the case, how will people adjust to him and adapt to him as time goes on? You see Arslan pulls out the Nina, so he's starting to get serious. This was like a breath of a sigh of relief for everyone, right? You expect the Nina to do some serious work, but even then, he still is like, Zubair is still like right there. He's still showcasing an understanding and an ability to stop this character. But Arslan is doing better in this matchup. He has the round lead, and also he is he's just playing much better, right? Ooh, look at the rage art. No press on that is crazy. No press on that is great. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like the type of what's it called, like when you just experience, basically. This guy just has so much experience to be able to put the brakes right there, baited Arslan's rage art. Look at this with Dragunov too. You know, people say Dragunov is still really strong, and there's a lot of people who disagree. But I mean, the thing about Dragunov is he has all of the tools necessary to do work, right? It's his toolkit more than the frames. Like, the frames is really nice, but he has a perfect toolkit for a pro player. Like, someone like Yoshimitsu doesn't really have perfect frames. Like, his lows are launch punishable. You know, it's just at a pro level where all of these, like, I'll use the example Arslan used. Arslan said that Lars is really good unless you're going up against a pro player, because at that point in time, people start reacting to stuff, right? And Dragunov is kind of one of those characters where he's good enough to where, you know, you could play safe, you could play aggressive, but you're not losing to like reactions and stuff like that. It's a very interesting character that Dragunov is. But 2-1 is the score, so Zubair has adjusted to the Nina, and he's trying to close it out. If he wins this, it's over. Looking for one launch, looking for one anything. Look at that. One launch. Now, this is probably over, right? Because the floor is then he's in rage art. Rage art. Yeah, it's over. Zubair, he beat Arslan. Sent him into the lower bracket. The tournament is still currently going on, so, you know, we'll find out later whether or not this is enough to put Arslan out of the tournament. But this guy qualifies to the final day.